Welcome to Cooking with Miss O. I have a friend here, and I want all of you coupon people that get all the coupons. She is the lady, Heather, and she works at Springer Mountain Chicken, and she is a chef. So I'm a little bit nervous today because I'm with a chef.
Don't be, because I'm just a cook too.
Oh, okay.
I'm just a cook, Mom. I cook at home too. So
I understand that. So, but she's wonderful, and y'all get your coupons because of her.
That's me.
So we're going to be real good to her today, so we still get coupons, y'all. So, and new ones are coming out, and I'll have some more in about, what, 3 weeks or so, because I've run out. I just want to thank you for coming. Her name is Heather, and she's going to tell y'all what she does at Springer Mountain for us.
I am in the marketing department at Springer Mountain Farms, and I'm the one, I answer the customer service line. I'm one of the folks that does that, and I give advice on how to cook the chicken or where to find our chicken. And then I also help support our sales team that deals with the retail outlets and the restaurants that carry our product. So I do stuff to support their jobs as well too. So.
That's wonderful. Now, you have 2 daughters.
I do. I have 2 daughters and I have a stepson, and they're all grown now. The last one just got shipped off to college this year, so it's kind of a different change for us in our household. But we have grandbabies too, so so we still get the little ones running around every once in a while. But it's kind of nice to have some peace and quiet and watch them as they, prosper in their life.
Yes, and I found out something about her I didn't know. She was a widow, and she is married again, and she's given me some good advice because I'm scared to death. And she has another wonderful husband, and both were in the military, right?
They were, yeah. I am a proud military wife, and actually my current husband, he is also law enforcement. So.
Oh wow, well.
So
thank
he
you
did
for
double
all
duty.
Of that. And so remember her and her husband in their prayers. But I just really thank you for coming here.
I'm excited. This is my first time on a cooking show, so
really?
This is going to be fun. Yeah,
this is wonderful. Well, I am not a chef, y'all. You know that. I was a 3rd grade teacher. And a mom. So both chefs and teachers have to cook, right?
Right. And
yes.
I, as a chef, as a trained chef, I still believe in keeping it simple.
Yes.
Fresh ingredients and keeping it simple and good, and that's all you need. Yeah. So anybody can cook. If you can read, you can cook.
That's right, and that's what I want this to be, 3rd grade level here. And what we're going to do, this is going to be a 2-parter show, and the reason we're going to do this, lots of times, especially single moms, my mom was a single mom because we lost my dad when I was 12, and she had 3 girls here in Greenville. We grew up here in Greenville, and she was wonderful. And so we would have family night. She made family night on Thursdays. And then when I got married and all with the kids and all, I did it on Friday and or Sunday sometimes. And it was real good too when Tom had to go to ball games at Easley and stuff. But the rest of the time he was there. And we did paper plates. We did Coke floats. We did everything paper. So we didn't have a dishwasher. So I didn't want to wash dishes. And we would play games and books. So I'm going to suggest, and we do some movies. So I'm going to suggest some of that for y'all. While she's cooking, I want you to watch because she's going to show you, just like I try to show you, so I'm going to watch too, how to just everything, the littlest bit that you could do, how you can cut it and everything. Because I didn't realize that a corporate lady sent me a letter one day and said, an email, and said that she did not know how to cut up an onion, and she was so thankful that I cut up an onion so she could see how to do it.
I hear that kind of stuff all the time just from, people I know that don't know how to cook or don't know what they're supposed to do, or the easiest way to do things. So I picked a recipe that I think is pretty easy. Most people, is kind of a beginner recipe. Most people can do this. You can simple it down even more than what we're doing today. Just the easiest thing for me is, and this is a great go-to meal, my kids will tell you, we have chicken fajitas once a week in my house. So.
Well, I've heard about chicken fajitas. I've never had a chicken fajita, and that's what I asked her to do.
Yeah, so, you can get all crazy and grill the chicken and marinate it for days and put it in the hot, pan like they do at the Mexican restaurant. But this is the quick mom way to do it. Okay. The easiest way to do it is start with our boneless, skinless, pre-portioned breast that we sell.
And y'all know that that's my favorite here now.
I probably use 3 or 4 of these a week. This is the best recipe because it's portioned, ready to go. You can do so many things with it. I'm gonna put on gloves.
And single people, widows, single students at Clemson and SWU over where I am, these are the bags that I tell them to get because I can take one out. And let me tell you another thing that my daughter just did at her house. We hadn't taken it out of the freezer, and we had to make this meal really quick. And so she took the bag with the chicken, because it was all individually wrapped, filled it up with hot water in the sink, and they thawed enough really quick. And yet the water wasn't all over them or anything.
Yeah, you can do that, or if you just need one at a time.
I take those out,
Yeah, so I love it. So I buy multiple packs at a time and throw them in the freezer. But basically, take the breast and you want to make little slices in it to do a fajita size little strip. So they fit in your tortillas that you do. So we have nice little strips where they're
beautiful.
Yeah. So cut all those up, and you can do it. You figure this is 4 ounces, so that's enough for one person for a meal. So one breast per person, and cut them up, and then we're gonna make a marinade to go with it. And you can do this. I've done it before where you have half an hour, and I need to cook. So as long as you have at least a half an hour for it to sit in the marinade, that's enough time.
Oh, great.
You can do it longer. There's a lot of times that I'll prepare meals for multiple days, and I'll do, you can just pre-chop everything and have it ready. If I have 24 hours, I like to let it marinate at least 24 hours. That's where you get the best flavor.
Okay.
And it all really melds together good.
Now, if you're doing it on a freezer thing, where you're doing meals like that, because I do that, do you just leave the marinade in it and freeze it?
So if I were to freeze it, you could, yeah. The only problem with that is sometimes, depending on how long it's in the freezer, it can break down the tissue a little bit more than you want it to.
Okay.
And that starts to mess with the quality of the meat. The best way to do it if you want to freeze it is to prepare it ahead of time and cook it, and then freeze it once it's cooked.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And you could do that, multiple pieces at a time, or multiple meals at a time. Do a couple at a time. So
that's what I did when the kids were young. I did the meals like that in the freezer.
Yeah,
freezer meals.
I love it. And when you have 3 kids or 2 kids or one kid even, they're all so busy.
And
all
I was
the time.
homeschooling one because here we are all teachers, and our youngest one could not be in the school because of the chemicals. So we did that.
Yeah, so, and I don't know about you, but with my kids, somebody was always playing baseball, somebody was always cheerleading, or soccer or something, so we were always on the go.
Yes.
I kind of like it now, so I actually have time to go home and
just cook
a
nice
meal.
Dinner. I know.
So yeah, with them not all there, but yeah, so I think you can do this, and one of the things I wanted to mention too is these boneless, skinless breasts are fantastic to do this with, but you can do it with numerous cuts of meat too.
Right.
So I like the boneless, skinless thighs too. That's a product we carry. It's not available everywhere, but it is a product we carry too. But to me, that's where all the flavor is. You get all the flavor
a lot of
in
people say that, yeah.
all the flavor, and then you can do a mixture of it too. You can do a combination of the two, the dark and the white meat. So, and that adds a little bit more flavor. But I love these because there is 0 trimming. They're ready to go.
Yes, that's what I love about them.
They're my favorite cut.
I don't buy any. What we have at my Ingles is only the bag and the whole chicken, and so I love that too. You'll have to come back and do a recipe with the whole chicken for us. Okay?
I will. Actually, the second recipe that we did, that was. I've used whole chicken, and you could do a whole chicken with this too.
You mean the one we're going to be doing next?
Yeah,
yes.
the whole chicken, you could use that if that's all you have.
Really?
You can do that with fajitas, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And
the best way to do that would be maybe you could debone it and do it while it's raw, or you could cook it, roast it, and then just pull off the pieces, throw it in your marinade.
So it could be the leftover after we baked it and had one meal.
Yeah, throw it in your marinade
great.
and just heat it up in a pan for a few minutes. Yeah, so you're not having to cook the chicken. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. So we're gonna finish up this last piece, and then we'll make the marinade, and it's real simple. Couple ingredients: fresh lime, which I love, and cilantro, which is my favorite herb. If I could figure out a way to put cilantro in everything, I would. So.
Now we are getting ready for a commercial. So thank you so much. We'll be right back.
A new day to get it right. Open the windows of your heart and let His right today to be set free. Grace gives another chance. I just want.
Welcome back from our commercial break here, and she's now going to do the marinade. She already has this marinated that she brought because in this show, you know, TV magic. So she's going to show you how to do the marinade and put everything in here. And then, of course, it takes a little longer. About how long will it take to cook?
It only takes a few minutes to cook. It's pretty small pieces of chicken, so
Okay.
it's not too long. So this whole meal, if you include the 30 minutes that it takes to marinate it, if that's all you have, you could have this meal on the table in less than an hour.
That's
It's
great.
pretty quick.
That's
so,
great.
Quick, easy marinade. I will tell you, I don't have specific measurements for all this.
That's
you just
all
kind
right.
of wing it and go with what you have. But I like to use the juice of 1 full lemon if you're using the 6 pieces. If you're using less or more, it doesn't matter. I like the taste of, or lime juice. I like the taste of lime, yeah. So use that, and then I like to chop up a bunch of cilantro and some fresh garlic.
Since you said lemon, can you
can do lemon too.
I was going to ask you because I love lemon and lime.
If you are in a pinch, you could use fresh orange juice too.
Really?
Any citrus is going to work. It depends on what your
great.
taste is. If you want to mix them up, you can.
Okay.
And then I cut up cilantro, so I already have some pre-cut. And you see, I like a lot of cilantro.
I love it. I love it. I think a lot of people love
Yeah,
it.
and then some fresh garlic. I love, 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 love fresh garlic.
We love it too.
So mix that in, and then a little salt and pepper. I do some Worcestershire sauce. And
what brand Worcestershire sauce?
it is French's, and this one's pretty good. I think they no high fructose corn syrup or artificial colors used in this one.
Good.
And then I also like to add liquid smoke if you can find it. And Stubbs makes a great one. It's all natural. They use a lot of organic in their
Really?
ingredients.
Yeah.
And it's got great taste. I don't have it with me today, but you can add it. But you don't have to have it. I have it in the marinade because I have some at home.
All right.
So and then just a smidge of olive oil, and you mix that all up in your bowl. And while that's marinating, you can chop up the vegetables that you're going to cook with your chicken.
And you already have that?
I already have it cut, yeah. So I personally prefer red peppers over green peppers, but you can do a combination, red, green, yellow.
Because they all have nutrition.
You can do red onions, white onions, sweet
You can do
onions,
that.
whatever you want to
Yeah.
do. So I like
Now,
them all.
what kind of onion?
That is a sweet onion, so like
That's
a Vidalia.
like a Vidalia. That's my favorite, and I
Yep.
like red onions
I do
too.
too.
And then this.
Yep, a red bell pepper. You can throw in a little bit of fresh jalapeno if you like it spicy, but I try not to do that. Not everybody likes spicy. I do, but not everybody else
She
likes
might.
it.
I don't.
So we don't do that.
So, no.
All right.
Now, what is this?
This is olive oil, and this is from a Georgia olive farm, actually. It's in Lakeland,
Really?
Georgia. So
You're
I
kidding.
love to use local, fresh.
I do too, but I didn't know anybody did all of
And we're
them.
part of Georgia Grown. Springer
Yes.
Mountain is because we're a Georgia company, obviously.
Oh, you're going to have to help me.
But we like it. There's a couple really good olive oil farms in Georgia. So
Okay,
yeah,
I gave you a cookbook. You're going to give me some
I will
olive
get
oil?
you some olive oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you want to turn your pan on.
All right.
You want to get it pretty good and hot before you put any oil in it. So I would say like a medium-high heat.
Okay.
If you have gas,
Yeah.
same thing. Just kind of work
do you
it
do
out.
anything into your pan?
I
at
do.
all?
I'll put a little bit of olive
Okay,
oil in
let's go
there.
ahead and do it.
And then when it gets hot, then we throw the chicken in and start cooking it. And like I said, the chicken only takes, you're talking less than 10 minutes to cook.
Now that one's going to go in the refrigerator because it's marinating,
Right.
and we're going to do this one in, but all that's going in now.
Right, yeah, so I'll do the chicken first, and then I'll throw the peppers and the onions
Okay.
in
Well,
once
let's go
once
ahead.
it's hot.
Well, this is easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I was
saying.
a
This
little
is
bit
an
nervous
incredibly easy recipe.
when
you can
you
get a
told
lot
me-
more elaborate, but you don't have
I
to.
thought she's a chef. Oh my gosh, can my people do it? Can I do it? And I know
No.
it's quick for
Yep.
meals for dinner and stuff.
Yep.
And I don't know. We get thinking that chefs are, just the best.
But if you
people.
ask most chefs what they cook at home, it's not the stuff they cook in a restaurant. You know?
Really? Right.
Probably half the chefs that I know, their favorite meal is a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, really?
Or
sweet.
something like that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
It smells
Yeah, it
wonderful.
is. That's what
Oh,
the best
wow.
smell. But cook this for about 10 minutes, and then you can eat it on like a lettuce wrap if you're trying to to cut out the bread or whatever else. Or, but my husband and I, we like corn tortillas, so we'll use it on a corn tortilla too.
Today, okay. Now, do you dump both those in now? Or you
I'll let the chicken cook first.
Okay.
And start to get it brown, and then once it starts to brown, we'll throw in the peppers and the onions.
Okay.
And then when this will be cooked by that time, and then by the time these are, the onions start to get translucent and soft, and then you're ready to go.
Okay, so we are going to go to a commercial. Thank you so much, y'all. We'll be right back.
He gives us all oh, it's a new day, believing light, a new day.
Welcome to Cooking with Miss O again, and oh my gosh, y'all. This is wonderful. This is really wonderful. And I was just asking her, I used to always do my peppers, get them at the end of the season and cut them up in slices like this and put them in a plastic bag. So you could do that, she said, and this would be just good for that. So now tell us more. What are we doing now?
So we sauteed the chicken and got it almost cooked, and then put the peppers and onions into. If you want to try to get a little bit more of the traditional fajita char, is what I would call it, on the vegetables and stuff, you can saute them in a separate pan and mix them back in at the end, so they get a little bit, maybe some of that caramelization on the onion and stuff. But this is the way I normally do it at home. Nobody complains. They love it this way too. So,
and it's good.
Yeah, so we just added the peppers and the onions, and you just saute it until everything's cooked and all the way through and tender, and it's ready in about 10 minutes to go.
Wow, it's wonderful. It really is. Now we're going to put this all aside because this is a two-parter, and both of our daughters are here. And so they are going to come on with us to make the chicken buffalo dip.
Yep.
And is that an easy recipe too?
It is very easy. It's basically you dump all of the ingredients into a bowl, throw them in a crock pot, turn it on for an hour and a half, and it's done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it would be wonderful with this meal, too.
Yep. Great with this one. Keeps along the same theme of the Tex-Mex or Mexican-style food, so yeah.
Well, what we're doing here is I want y'all to know that for this year, why don't we all try to work on eating a meal with our families. I'm learning that we did it all the time because Tom was an economics teacher, and he didn't like to go out and stuff, and I love to cook. But I'm finding out that little kids don't know what sitting around the table is. So I would like and write to me or email me or anything. If you do this, I would love it if you would do it like on a Friday night or a Saturday night or a Sunday night. And I said, so you do it once a week. And what I would suggest too is have your kids involved in this. And this is a recipe they could be involved with, right? So we're going to finish up the rest, and then I'm going to make some more suggestions. And widows, I know sometimes it's really hard because we don't want to cook anymore because we have nobody to cook for. Why don't you take a night, any night that you want, and invite other widows or single moms over that maybe their children are grown too, and y'all have a night where you feed them and encourage them, and maybe y'all play a game or something like that. So, or take a walk together, Let's try to be more at home and eat. And I'm sure Ingalls would really love that, wouldn't they?
Absolutely.
So, and not so much with fast food so fast, right?
No, and I don't know about your Ingalls up here, but the Ingalls in my neck of the woods, they just did a bunch of remodel, and the product they have available and all the awesome food they have there. I love my Ingalls. So
I love my Ingalls.
They have good stuff.
I know, I've been in her Ingalls down there at Springer Mountain and all, and they're wonderful, but they're not as good as mine in Clemson. So here, it's Central Clemson. They're right on the line. So, but that I know they're just a good company, aren't they?
They're very good.
They really are. And they were the first ones when my daughter was so sick that had organics. And I couldn't find it anywhere, and they had it. And so they were just wonderful. And so I really stuck with them because they really care about their people. They really do, and they're good.
Very good.
Yes. So thanks so much. You can buy this in our Ingalls meat department, and I think this and the whole chicken they have about everywhere.
Right.
But you can get some of the other stuff. You could call her and find out where you can find some of the other things.
Or you can go to SpringerMountainFarms.com, and we have a store and a restaurant locator where you put in your zip code, and it'll tell you the closest stores to you.
Oh, really? That's wonderful. And what it has in it, huh?
Exactly. Well, it doesn't have what it has in it, but you can call the store or you can call us, and we can try to help you with it.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you another cooking question. with this, there's going to be leftovers sometimes. So you just wait till it cools and you put it in a plastic bag and then you just reheat it.
Oh
in a
yeah, I
pan.
always make enough for this to take it for lunch the next day.
You do? Okay, all right, all right. This has been a wonderful recipe. Will you come back?
I will absolutely come back.
Now, we're not gonna totally judge you yet about how great you are till we see the buffalo one.
Okay, well that's
All right.
probably gonna put me over the top.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I think it's right. Now, do you enjoy working at?
I absolutely love that company. It is the best company to work for. It's a big, huge family, and everybody cares about everybody else. And Gus is a great leader.
Do you know when I don't want to cry, y'all, but when my daughter's baby had to have major surgery, and they had told them that he might not make it through the anesthesia because he was a brand new baby. And this just happened 2 years ago. And I had to go down there, and I told the ladies, they take turns at the desk at the front and everything and all of them were praying for him. Everybody was. And, I could hardly do anything without crying because I thought she's already lost her dad and her grandmother, grandfather, and she didn't need to lose anybody else.
Right.
And her first baby, that's kind of really hard. So, and he's going to be on the show next week with Gus, y'all. So,
Awesome.
I just am very thankful for Springer Mountain. I couldn't be with a better company.
They are a great supporter. They're great involved in community around us. So I love working there.
Yes. So, and I love their chicken.
Absolutely. I was a fan before I was an employee. So.
Me too, before, yes. They're wonderful. So we are going to get ready for this other half. So it's just this half, and it'll be what we have to do. And you were also talking for people like me that we can use lettuce leaves to put this in, okay? And then if you want the corn tortilla, and I think that's better than the wheat, don't you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. And these, what did you tell me about these?
These are my favorite thing from Ingles, especially the guacamole in the produce department. I have yet to have a guacamole that compares with Ingles guacamole.
So it
I
looks
love
like
Ingles
this, y'all.
guacamole.
I love everything at Ingles. And
I do
love the
too, but
people.
that is
really
awesome
good. And
stuff.
this is?
That is the salsa pico de gallo that they make.
Yes.
It's very good too.
It's really good too. I'm surprised you don't make your own, do you?
I do, but just for convenience
Well,
sake.
next time you come back,
we'll make
would
some.
you?
Yeah.
Yes, we would love that. And then you use this cheese.
I like Sargentos.
Yes, and you're doing the 4 cheese Mexican
blend.
And which ones are they?
I want to say it's Monterey Jack, cheddar, one I can't really pronounce.
I don't have my
and
glasses.
Asadero and quesadilla. But
Oh, wow.
I like the Sargentos. They use as much natural product
Yeah,
as
they really
possible.
do.
So I
You're
love
right,
Sargento
too.
cheese.
And tell them about your olive oil.
Oh yeah, that's a Georgia Olive Farms in Lakeland, Georgia. So
And
they are-
anybody could buy that. Okay. So how would they? Can you send me an email when you
I
get
can,
home?
yeah.
And then I can
I
do it on
believe
the
they
show
have a
next week?
website on here on the bottle somewhere. But yeah, I'll be happy to share that information.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Now, why did you go to this?
I love olive oil anyway.
I do
but
too.
I love supporting Georgia farmers, or my local farmers. So you could possibly find one somewhere in this area too, possibly. But
I don't know.
But I love using local small farmers if you can.
So it's real good. So
Good stuff.
It's time to go, and we will be back in just a few minutes, y'all, after I taste some of this. No, I'm just teasing. We'll all taste it together. Yeah, we'll see you next, just in a few minutes, actually. So thanks, and it will probably air the next week after we air this first one. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching.